Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Simple Life 2 on the official Simpletons server. We're here in the big house, in the kitchen, because I need food. I've only got the one vegetarian lettuce wrap, and so what I'm going to do is head over to the garden, collect what I need for that, and we will be crafting some food. And then today is Botania start day, so we're going to try to crank as much of that early game stuff out as possible. So hopefully you all enjoy Botania as much as I do. Well, or even half as much as I do will get you going. So, hello Alchemist, nice to see you. Alright, so if we drop everything we have that we've picked up in there, we can go in here and find the vegetarian. Ooh, they have fish ones too. We'll do the vegetarian ones. I don't have a whole lot of fish. Lick. Should have way more than that. What am I short on? Vegetarian. There we go. Got some. Fantastic. So, last night, the internet croaked on me there at the very end. We were hunting for flowers. Ooh. Okay. And this morning I got a couple more. We're still short on lime and gray, so we'll have to find those eventually. We need one more blue to be able to turn in blue for the quest, so we do need to find one more blue, but we should be able to get going with what we have. Don't need the bowls. The rest of this stuff, I want a dump chest. Can we make this a dump chest for now? Ooh, that. Sure. I do want some loot on me though, just in case I need it. Alright. And we have the Let's Go Botania for those of you who aren't familiar with Botania, so you can learn your way. Let's head out, look for a blue flower real quickly so we can start submitting those quest rewards. Let's see, when we found blue before, we were down there. Let's go this way. I know we saw a cyan over here. We collected those, but we didn't go very far. So we're looking for blue for sure. Lime and gray would also be a bonus. So let's keep our eyes peeled. I wonder where that phrase came from, because it's not like you can peel your eyes in any respect. I'm trying to imagine it. It's not a very pleasant image in my head. So yeah. Okay, we're up high. Let's look around, scan what we can see for Botania flowers. This is a really interesting slow gradient slope. Really uniform. Of course, I can't see flowers that far away. Oh, is that a blue flower? Oh, that's not a Botania blue flower, though. Nuts. What is it? It is a bluebells from nature. They are not useful to me right now, if at all, except for decoration. Let's see here. Come on, all I need. Ooh, there's black. Sidetrack, side quest. Ooh, and more. All the flowers. I'm hoping to find in this wooded area a bit of the colors I need. Not getting so lucky. Hey, Sapopa! Hi, Cell! Wow! Been a while for you. Good to see ya. I just need another blue one to make me happy right now. I suppose I could make some fertilizer. It looks like we may have to, because I don't want to go too far, and it is almost night, and you know how I am with fighting things. I don't see blue, I don't see lime, I don't see gray. I think we're gonna head back and do it the fertilizer way. So yeah. Oop. Let's see. I think there's a way up over here. You tried SevTech ages and it took ages to load. That's about right. I would expect it to take a long time to load. There was a crafting stump bug? What kind of a bug in crafting? Whoop. Yeah, I've described my computer when I tried to load up the game and it sounded like a jet engine taking off. My computer fans just all were like going full force. Maybe the recipe wasn't quite right. Because I've not had any problems going stomp, stomp, stomp with the right click to get it to craft when the recipe's right. When the recipe's wrong, it won't craft. So it depends on what you were making. Yeah, some of the recipes, because the fibers and the twine look so similar, and the flint and the flaked flint are also two things that look extremely similar. Like, for example, I think it's the... Is it the hatchet that requires flaked flint? So for the flint pick, you've got the flaked flint and the twine and the sticks. So not the fibers, but the twine. That's where most people get confused. Ah. Well then. It's okay. I have played the first 2 hours of the game 3 or 4 times because when Ed and I played the version we tried, had an issue with playing via LAN, and so I would join his game, and then when we'd stop playing, I'm here to sleep, aren't I? Stop playing the game, and then I'd rejoin later. I come back and I'm like a brand new player again, and I have absolutely nothing in my inventory. I'm not on his team, so I don't have any of the advancements. It's like I started all over and lost my whole player file. Yeah, so we were just like, well, we're gonna have to decide if we want to try again when this is fixed. So, yeah, there is a new version of SevTech Ages out that came out last night that I noticed, and Dark Ghosto's doing a really good job being on top of all the bugs and getting things addressed. So that's cool. I will not be playing SevTech Ages, for those of you who are curious. I will not be playing it on stream or for YouTube or anything. It's just too... It's meant to be a very long-term pack, and I cannot see Edward being interested in it long enough to finish the pack, and I won't play that one alone, just simply because the amount of tech that it's going to require as you progress. He understands the engineering side of technological mods more than I do, so when I get stuck on a tech mod, I tend to go, screw it, I'm done. But he's able to work through things with me. So, okay, we got 4 floral fertilizer. We'll have to make some more, and if the recipe is the same, yeah, we'll be making some more. So, for those of you who cannot find any Botania flowers, some mod packs reduce the amount that is grown, or for any other reason, you can use floral fertilizer. You just throw it on some grass. We have blue, yay! Blue is one we wanted for sure, but these others, not so much. There's a gray that we needed. Yay. Don't need any of those. Don't need any of those. Okay, so what we're gonna do, in order to turn in some of these quests, we are gonna need to take some of these flowers out. So we have 1 gray. We need 3 for the quest mission, and we have 0 lime. But we're gonna take all of them out, and so we can complete the quests. Gaia's power, and we're just gonna start here. And we're gonna have full inventory very quickly because we get tall ones as rewards. Yeah, I'm already throwing them on the ground. So, yellow, pink. We don't have gray, but we do have light gray. Cyan, purple, blue, green, brown, red, black. And so yeah, we're waiting on those 2. And as you can see, I have flowers everywhere. But we're gonna go through here. Throw everything out far away. And then we'll walk around and pick them all up again. We should have gone into the bag. Oh. Sack. Edward's up. Okay, so those are all our double tall ones, and oh, we have some more over here. Are those the double talls as well? Yep. Okay. We need to grab. Where did I put that gold chest? We'll use you. No, gold chest, give me. Now, I had mentioned that I'm gonna have a garden type of thing on this side of the house. This is where the Botania is gonna go. So we're just gonna put the starter stuff over here as well, just to get us going. Like we're gonna have a cow visitor who keeps coming in and out of the house. So this is where that's gonna go. Alright, see you shortly, Spopa. And so we'll get all of that in there, that in there. We need the seeds. I'm probably gonna use the flower pouch in a moment. Okay, so once we have those, will be cool. I don't know if this unlocks further quests that way, but you need to get the Petal Apothecary next, which is how you do any flower crafting. Let's make sure the recipe hasn't changed. Apothecary. Hi, Steel Cow. Nice to see you. Nope, the recipe is still the same, so I need some cobblestone, and I only have the 1. We need to grab that. I do have the 1 petal. We'll use that for the recipe. Grab some cobble. And let's make slabs, because we need some slabs. And then I hate how this doesn't cycle through like the other ones do. There we go. Petal Apothecary. Let's grab some stone and some wood for the next step. Okay. Ooh, wait. I wonder if stone... I don't know which recipe's been changed. I can't remember. But we'll find out, I guess. Do I have a bucket of water. We'll need to get some more water. Alright. The Botagiri. There we go for that. Oh, did it count it? Or is this a detect? It is a detect. Let me pick it back up. Get more water. Oh, well, I needed it, so yay. The next one is to make a pure daisy. To activate the apothecary and use the petals magic, simply fill it with a bucket of water and throw the ingredients in. Shortly it will form a flower with magical potential. Yep, that's essentially the way that works. So let's make our infinite water source here. Which I could totally use a sink, but that would require making a sink. So there we go. So our first flower is a pure daisy, which requires 4 petals, 4 white petals. And the Botania magic with the gooey in here, you put water in, and then if you just, I'm just queuing, I'm just throwing them in, it shows you what's in there. It says, okay, that's a valid recipe, that's check mark, valid recipe, plus seed equals the flower. So I have seeds, and you just queue that in there, and voila, you have a flower. Now this pure daisy does everything that you need for early game, which is to make more ingredients. I bet I need to pick that up though and count it for the quest. There we go, and I get a second one. That's nice. Okay, so the next step. Next step is living wood and living stone. We need 8 for this quest. Takes around 10 seconds. Did he speed that up? Let's find out. Normal Botania, this takes a minute. Oh my wood. Yeah, this is not 10 seconds. This is the Simple Life 2. Yeah, this is not 10 seconds. Hi, Boozy Gamer. I love me some Botania, so if you have some questions about Botania, definitely ask them. There we go. That's what I was waiting on. This takes a minute, folks, not 10 seconds like the quest book says. 99. I told you at the last time, 99 did not know Botania very well when he made the quests for this. So it's quite noticeable for anybody who is a Botania fan. Alright, so there we go. We made 8 and 8. That's our start, so we can complete these quests. Okay, so once you have more crafting ingredients, your first step should be to make a wand, which is right here. The Wand of the Forest. You need 2 petals. I'm tempted to run over there and just grab those that I see instead of... I have a lot of them in here? No. I like the magenta. And you also need a crafting bench, which I don't have here, so let's do crafting bench. And you need to make living wood twigs. You need 3 of them. And then the 2 petals. You can use different petals. I just want both of them to be magenta. You can use whatever colors you want to make your wand. Okay. So now with this wand will tell you things about the flowers, certain flowers. You'll be able to configure whether or not spreaders are pointing the right way, how much mana is in the pools, that sort of thing. It has two modes. I'm shift right clicking to switch to function mode or bind mode, and so I'll be able to explain to you what those do when the occasion arises. We're gonna leave this in the bag because I don't know what I want to use that for yet. Now we need to make some mana, which is the power system of the mod. Anyone who's used tech before, you need to start with your lower tier power generation and then upgrade, right? So he's got here mana spreaders. You really should start with the mana generation flowers. Man, you went straight to Alpine from here. You can definitely tell you didn't know the mod. Alright, we're gonna stop obsessing over that. I really promise to stop doing that. Okay. We get a full mana tablet for making that. Alright, your first flower, your first generation flower should be in the generating flora. It should be the End of Flame. That should be your very first one. Yes, there are hydrangeas. Yes, they're passive, but they do die. Your first one should be End of Flame. And your End of Flame is just like a coal generator from any tech mod you have ever played. You start with it, you don't stick with it throughout the entire gameplay. You just don't. It's not very efficient. It's really slow. This is not the one you want to stick with, but this is the one you want to start with. So we're gonna make one. It needs 2 brown, 1 red, and 1 light gray flower. And then when you're using the petal apothecary, you need to use a seed for every single one you need. So we're gonna show you this method. Brown, red, and light gray, right? 99 gave us the tall flowers for a reason. I'm going to put them here for now. Okay, so if they're growing in the wild, we need our shears. If they're growing in the wild, you need shears to collect them. If I were to break this without shears, you would not get anything. But with the shears, I will get that flower back. The beauty of these is you get 4 petals, and what you can do is place the petal in the grass just like you're planting a seed. And do I happen to have any? I don't. Let's grab some bone meal. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, I've placed it. You can see there's little sparkle effects, and depending on which petal you've placed, it will give off that color of sparkle. So if I were to do that with the red one, for example, you will be able to see a red sparkle. So you can use that in your building if you wanted to apply a sparkle to the ground. That's totally cool, and when you walk over it, it's not noticeable. But what we're going to use it for is that you can grow the tall flowers again. So you've got 3 extra petals, and this will give you 4 more. So instead of using a traditional flower farm, you could just get your petals this way if you wanted to. There are some rather cumbersome ways to automate this, because again, you need a shears in order to get the flower. So you can't just break it. But this is a definite way of getting, a definite easy way of getting the petals that you need for crafting. See, there you go. There's brown sparkles. And I'm gonna bone meal that one. There we go. Alright, let's make an End of Flame. water in the petal apothecary, and it was 2 brown, 1 red, and 1 light gray. And as you can see here, it says the recipe is correct, it just needs a seed. There we go. And now we have ourselves an endoflame. I don't think there is any quest for that. Nope. So, let's see. Let's do the flower gem this direction. Put you down. He can't do anything right now. He needs fuel and a place to send the power that he's creating. And the power, again, in this mod is mana. So, number 1, we need to make the conduits for the mod. And the conduits are the mana spreaders. Now, the recipe in this mod pack I don't think is the same. So we're gonna look it up. Nope, this is the default recipe. So we need to grab some gold. And let's sleep, because there's a whole bunch of skellies and spiders in my front lawn. I need to make a totem to get those things to stop spawning, but I've been letting them spawn because I need the drops for things. So, there's some gold. We definitely don't need that much gold. Hi, Nisi! Good morning! Wood. Let's make some more. And we're gonna move this one over. That was cool. There we go. So, we need, for the mana spreader, living wood, gold, and any color petal. So we're gonna use the petals that we have in our inventory for that. Oops. This is a mana spreader. These are the conduits again, as I said, for the mod. I am going to put this one I'm going to put since I don't want to make another one right away, I'm going to plunk it down right in front of it. Alright, so let me show you what this wand does. In bind mode, you can see when you hover over the mana spreader, let's go to this side, you can see there's a green line and then a green dot further down. The line is the direction that the mana spreader is pointing. The green dot is where anything beyond that dot you lose efficiency. So you're losing mana if you try to aim your conduit to your capacitor. Beyond that point you start to lose energy. It's very useful to know where that spot is. You can also direct it. If you shift right click, you highlight it, and you can point it in different directions. I'm holding shift right click as I do this, so you can point it in different directions this way. You can also bind it, which is what we're going to do next. We need to make a mana pool, which is like that. Making sure the recipe hasn't been changed. Alright, and we're going to put the mana pool right next to the mana spreader. You don't have to, again, you had that green dot down to there. Now, make sure this is on bind mode, which means it has the little green flower, or the little green petal. Highlight your mana spreader, and then right click on the mana pool. This mana spreader now says it's connected to the mana pool. You see that? Mana spreader, unknown status, mana pool. It says unknown status because it hasn't received any mana yet. Now this flower is not connected to the conduit because we placed it first. We could break it, replace it, and it will auto connect to the nearest conduit spreader. Or in the bind mode that we currently are, you can shift right click, get the same highlight, and then shift right click on the mana spreader. And now when you highlight over the end of flame, it's got a little check mark with the spreader next to it saying it is connected to a mana conduit now. And when you hover over just the flower, it shows you which mana spreader it's connected to. Okay, that one. So if you had a bunch of them in a row, or you had it set up, you'd be able to decide which generator is going through which conduits. And I am using words that hopefully you guys understand that do more tech mods. The points of this is going through a mana spreader into a mana pool, or this is the generator going through some conduits into a capacitor. That's what it is. Now we need to give it some fuel. I have coal here. We'll give it 1. It will pick it up. It'll give a lovely sparkly effect. And mana will go into the mana spreader, and then now we have mana in the pool. A teeny tiny little amount. There's just barely anything in there. These pools are huge. This capacitor holds a ton of mana. So keep that in mind. This is humongous. Alright, when this is done, we probably should submit the mana spreader. You can keep an eye on when it's done. When the endoflame is done sending things, it'll stop sparkling. And it'll stop, the mana spreader will stop receiving mana. You can see here the green bar goes up a little bit. And then when it gets enough to send a pulse, it goes into the mana pool. Our endoflame is done. Endoflames, similar to a furnace. If you take a piece of coal and put it in a furnace, it's got a defined amount of time that it can burn, right? In an endoflame, you half that amount. So you take, for example, a piece of coal. I don't know, does it tell me the burn rate? The burn time, 1600 ticks. For an endoflame, it will only take 800. It has been reduced to that. So that's why it's not very efficient. Let's pick this guy up so we can submit the quest. So that's the way that works. Alright. Where did you... Oh, it's still there. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Fantastic. That's where it went. It went back into the mana spreader. We got ourselves a full mana tablet as a reward. Now, mana tablets are portable capacitors. You can take them with you and bring your mana power anywhere you need it. If you want to use it, you need to put it in a mana pool. Unless you're using it for equipment that you're carrying. To do that, put your wand in bind mode. I don't know, can you use it in function mode? You can use it in function mode. Okay, either mode. And if you hover over a mana pool, you can see underneath it, it's got a tablet with an arrow and a mana pool. You want the arrow pointing to the mana pool. You want to say you want to put tablets in the pool. The other way is to say you want to take mana out of the pool and put it in a tablet. That's what those mean. Just throw it in there. Now, you can see that it's working because it's got the blue lightning. Mana tablets, I believe they do not despawn. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they do not despawn. A mana tablet will hold a half of a mana pool's worth of mana, which, as I mentioned before, is a lot of mana. A lot of mana. So, it would have taken us probably, with this one endoflame, it would have taken us a good 4 or 5 hours of just constantly giving that coal to get this amount of mana that we just got. So now our mana tablet's empty. We're going to put it over here. Alright. We have here, we'll make a second mana pool because obviously I've got... actually, let's just reverse the process. I want to pick up that mana pool so I can submit the quest. So... come on, you can do it. Yeah. Alright, so that should be a full mana tablet. This little tiny bit of mana that we got from the one piece of coal, I'm not concerned about. But we did get another mana tablet now. So, make sure, yep, this is into the pool. Okay. Once we have mana, and you have mana generation, which we will work on a little bit more, but since we're getting mana tablets as rewards, I don't have to work too hard at mana generation yet. You've opened up your ability to make quite a few things. The first thing is a runic altar, and a runic altar is for another form of crafting in Botania. It will allow you to craft runes, and there are quite a few. All of these circular runes at the top are things that you need to craft in a runic altar. And if you've ever done any kind of, let's see, things like blood magic, Thaumcraft, those kinds of magic mods have similar methods of crafting where you need to place items and wait a little bit and it'll craft something for you. In this case, it needs to place these items in the runic altar, which you'll see they'll dance around. And this is how much power you need to craft 2 runes of water, for example. Now, what can you use with those runes? You can make more flowers, upgraded flowers. You can make flowers that do things for you. You can make baubles, make all sorts of equipment. Lots of wonderful things. So what I am aiming for, and what I would like to get to today, is go back to the index. In the baubles, I want a band of mana. This is like a mana tablet, but it becomes a bauble, so it's a ring. I want to get, not that sash. Is that the first sash? No, the Sojourner sash is the first sash. This one allows you faster speed, higher jump height, resistance to fall damage, and it gives you the step assist. It requires 2 runes, a rune of air and a rune of earth, so we'll be crafting those. I believe I have the leather, and we also be doing mana stealing it. The other bauble that I want, I have it written down, is the remote crafting table. Yep. That doesn't get used very often, and I don't know if it's here or if it's in the miscellaneous. No, not yet. Where would that be? Aha, mystical items. Assembly Halo. This is your portable crafting table. It also has 8 slots for remembering recipes. I think it has 8 slots. This doesn't say for sure. So you can do some auto crafting with it on the go. So that is also good. Let's see here. We need iron and we need some dust. We need to make mana steel and we need to make mana dust. Both of these are crafting ingredients, and mana steel is also for armor, and that'll be my first upgraded armor. My people are hungry. We need to go give them some food too. So we need some iron, more than what I've got on me. And then for dust, you can use redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, sugar. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna go put some food in the... I don't know if I can feed those guys. They're just in the town hall. Apples. Do I have any in here? I have 1. Do I have any here? I do. Okay. We'll give them some apples, because I have a bunch of apples. I think I can just put these in the town hall and they'll get fed. I really hope. doing anything with these guys at the moment. There's no inventory. Yay. They each have inventory though. And then where's the other guy? There's another guy. Where are you? I don't know. I might have... Don't I have 3? Oh! Found you. There we go. The builder should have food. He's got his own house right now. And I've been putting food... Yeah, they're fine. Okay. That'll leave me alone to do my Botania for a while. Okay. So we're gonna make armor, we're gonna make the baubles that I want, and figure out where we go from there with the Botania. Did I? Guys, I didn't grab any dust. I'm gonna use sugar, I think? Oh, but I don't have any sugar cane anywhere, do I? Redstone it is! Don't expect me to be using much of that. So let's put that in there for now. Oh, no, no one's told me today, Silver Fox. I've been tweaking my sound, so no one's mentioned today. I turned it down a bit. If you would let me know if that is any better. I've been playing with my sound. And hi, nice to see ya! Alright. Yep, it should be background noise. It shouldn't be anything it shouldn't be overpowering, but... Okay, so to make mana powder, you just throw a powder into a mana pool. To make mana steel, you just throw iron into a mana pool. Yes. So that's how that works. Woohoo! So we have mana powder. I only made 7. I must have quickly picked them back up. Yeah. I don't have a magnet. Why am I picking up... That's just confusing. Why am I picking it up so fast? Alright. So, we need to make a runic altar. Let's make sure the recipe isn't different. It is not. To make a runic altar, you need a mana pearl or a mana diamond, which, as you can guess, is just a mana dipped diamond or a mana dipped ender pearl. We don't have a lot of ender pearls, so we're going to need to use a diamond. And I should get this picked up and place some more stone so that we can get some living stone. Whoops. That's not what I want. There we go. Boop. An ender pearl farm, huh? What you doing for ender pearl farming? Diamonds, let's get a couple. Alright. So let's make the one we need. Roguelikes for Enderman spawners. Good plan! I haven't gotten that far in my roguelike near me to be able to do that. Okay, now I'm going to put this runic altar here. And the reason I'm putting it here is because this needs power. We're going to think in tech terms again. This needs power. Your capacitor is connected to a conduit. It can also be oriented. You can shift right click and point it at the altar. It's connected to a capacitor, so it's going to be able to pick up the power from the mana pool and send it where the green light goes. So, use a sacred totem. I actually never thought of doing that. Alright, so as you can see, this is hooked up. It says it's pointing to the runic altar, and as I said, since this mana spreader is next to a capacitor, which is the mana pool, it will be able to pull mana out of it to be used elsewhere. That's how that works. Alright, let's learn how to use the runic altar. We're going to make what we need for a the sash, the Sojourner sash, which is the first tier sash. There, Botania has several tiers, as you can see. Sojourner sash needs air and earth. Let's look at earth. Earth needs mana powder, mana steel. This is any stone, a block of coal, and a mushroom. And it takes either mushroom. So let's go grab those ingredients. You didn't realize either until it stopped your blaze spawners from working? Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. So we have stone. We need more coal. Let's just make a block. And then we need mushroom. And I have red ones in here. We have powder. We have mana steel. The other thing you need for the runic altar is living rock. So that's why I was making some more. And we'll have to come back over here when I make the air one. But we're going to do this one step at a time for you. For those of you who are not familiar with Botania. And there's quite a few of you who are not. I know that I get a lot of questions about Botania. So, you can add things to the altar in two different ways. You can right click and it's been added. Or you can throw things at it and it'll add it. Those are your two options. Let's see. So those are two items that it's needing, and then it needs a mushroom, the block of coal, and a piece of stone. Here we go. When it's correct, it will make that sound, and if you've got the mana spreader hooked up correctly, the conduit's hooked up to it, you will see the little dial around the rune or whatever it is you're crafting start filling up with mana. Depending on how much mana it needs, it will go faster or slower. These are low tier things, so it's slow. When it's ready for the final step, you'll get the lovely blue lightning, and it'll have that check mark. And now you can see it says plus. If you're looking in the little heads up display, it says plus, living rock, and wand. You can see those two things there. So right click or drop a piece of living rock onto the altar, and then right click with your wand of the forest, and that will complete the crafting for you, and it gave us the 2 runes of earth. Now I have to see if any of this is a crafting recipe. Oh, the altar is. I should probably submit these things. Pick you up. And do this. You get more mana for doing that. I'm not going to do the brewery right now. We need 4 mana powder. I've got 4. Get 4 more in return. Got that. Don't have... Well, I might have one ender pearl I can do that with. Rune of Mana requires the 4 elements. That one. So we need to make one of each of the low tier ones. Alright. Yep, that's what we're working on. Okay. Ooh, it's getting on night again. So we have the first step. We need the rune of air. Put some of this stuff away. Put the runic altar back down. And for the rune of air, which is the next one, we need mana powder, mana steel, carpet, any color, feather, string. So we need to grab those supplies. You annoyed at your cat. What'd your cat do, Sapopa? Let's grab some wool from over here. Go do shears. As I slowly tear this down. He called a friend. Tried to claw your head? Ow. Alright, so we need string. We need a feather. And we need carpet, which that's why I got the wool. So we have carpet. We already have the mana powder and mana steel. I should make a sleeping bag. Let's do that. Wool. No, the wool. And 2 of these carpet. Now I don't have to keep running back here to sleep. Her idiot mother is in another room tending to some kittens. And she keeps wanting to get in that room. Is there something in that room? The other cat. Aha. Gotcha. That makes sense. Alright, so let's make a rune of air. We're going to do the carpet, string, feather, mana powder, mana steel. Makes that lovely noise. It's collecting mana. You can see here how much we've used so far. Excuse me. We need a living rock. There we go. So now we have the runes of air. Let's put this in here. What I'd like to do next is actually make my sash. You haven't done Botania in a while, huh? I feel that people who watch my streams think I do too much Botania. But it really is a mod that even if it's disguised tech, I understand. Blame regrowth? Oh, come on. I loved it in regrowth. And 1.7.10 Botania is nothing compared to what it is now. And in 1.12, there have been some changes for 1.12 too. Some slight changes. So, yeah. Now I don't remember what I ran over here for. What was I getting? Oh, leather. Ah. Leather. 1, 2, 3, 4. While we're over here, what we should do is grab the ingredients we need for the other 2 runes that we're going to need to make. Need to find you another pack. What kind of packs do you like again, Sapopa? Fire and water are the 2 that we need to make yet to complete this quest. So if we look up rune of fire is right here. It needs nether wart, gunpowder, and nether brick. And then the water one needs fishing rod, sugarcane, and bone meal. So let's see, we need a gunpowder. And we need a nether wart. Wish you could uncraft nether brick, can you? Nah. I didn't know if the mod pack would allow it. Let's do enough for one piece of coal. I don't even know, the coal coke does a lot more than that, but whatever. And do we have sugarcane? Not in here. We might have it in the Cooking for Blockheads kitchen. If not, we'll have to go grab some and actually get some growing. Fishing rod. Need a fishing rod and bone meal. Which this one I never quite understood why you needed bone meal for the water rune. You don't know anymore? Well, I have enjoyed watching 47 Mark IV's playthrough of the Last Frontier pack. It's got a lot of really interesting things in it as far as like world generation and mobs. The tech direction he's going is really cool. There's that. I need to grab the powder and the steel. Alright. We're making the fire rune. Go, and then we need to do sugarcane. That was in here. Hopefully. Let's see, do we have any sugar? We have sugar. Do we have the sugar cane? Yes. Leave one in there, but let's get some of this planted. And we're just gonna slap it around here. But we need one, don't I? Okay. I know how you feel though, Sapope, about not really knowing what pack you want to play. It feels like in 112 so far, other than Sevtech Ages, everything feels the same. Water rune. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah. I actually asked Edward to hang on to the Revelation map, the one that I was doing that was steampunky with that giant airship for bees, just in case I get the inkling that I want to do bees. So I can just resume a world I've already started in. Alright, so we have fire and water runes. Let's pick up these other two. That will complete this. Come on. Why aren't you detecting the others? Oh, you are. Okay, good. And we need those two. Let's make our sash. Let's make sure I don't need anything else. Yep, we're good. There's our sash. Now, in order for this sash to work, you do need mana on your person. That is what these mana tablets are for, or what we're going to be making next is the mana ring, the ring of mana. But this is a bauble. It's put in your belt slot. You put right here. You can also just shift right click, or just right click, and it'll put it in that spot for you. So there is that. Now, we're going to make that ring. I'm going to use the empty mana tablet, because I can't remember if you craft with a full one, if it keeps its mana. We're going to make the mana ring. Mana. Band of mana just needs mana steel and a tablet. So we're going to do that. Now, it's empty. You need to fill it up. It works exactly like a mana tablet does. So if you see here it says mana tablet to pool, we need it to go the other way and need it to fill this band of mana, which is a mana tablet essentially. Let's grab this one because we're gonna fill it back up when we pick everything up from the mana ring. There we go, it's empty. So let's switch it back. Put that in there. And you can again right click and it will equip it. So we're all set. We can now step assist, jumping is higher, and fall damage is it's essentially somewhat negated depending on how far up you jump. And that's what the Globetrotter sash is for. Sojourner sash. You can upgrade it, sorry, to Globetrotters. And then I think there's Planet Striders. Never ever done that one. So, okay, there we go. That one's full. Whenever you craft in the crafting table with the runes, you lose your runes. Whenever you craft in the Petal Apothecary to make another flower that you may need runes for, you will lose your runes. But for the runic altar crafting, you will get your runes back that you used for crafting. So say, for example, I needed to make something that required a rune of earth in the crafting recipe. When you crafted it, you will get your runes that you used for crafting back. So keep that in mind when you're, crafting things. If it's another runic altar recipe, you will get your runes back. But any other ones, it will be consumed in the crafting. It's a good change. It never used to. It didn't always used to be that way. So let's take a look at this. It has unlocked a few more things for us. The next sets of different runes. We've got the elements, is what we just did. We've got the seasons, and then we've got the 7 deadly sins. All of this stuff that we're progressing through will lead us to getting some of the higher tier things that I want. So we have one more thing I'd like to make, and that is the assembly halo. There are 2 halos in Botania. The assembly halo is a crafting table. The manufactory halo compresses things. It crafts things automatically based on things in your inventory. So like I told you with the assembly halo, there are slots where you can save recipes. The manufactory halo, if you have it in your inventory, and you have all the ingredients in your inventory for a recipe that's saved in the manufacturer halo, it will automatically craft those. It is excellent, absolutely excellent for mining and caving, because it will take your redstone, if you set it in there as a recipe, it will compact it into blocks for you. The same with coal, it will compact it into blocks for you. Cobble, if you have a mod that does the compressing cobble, like extra utilities, it will take your cobble and compress it all for you. It's lovely, lovely for that sort of thing. So this is the one we're doing. We need an ender pearl, a mana pearl, which we need for questing anyway, 3 mana steel ingots, and a crafting table. So let's go grab the ender pearl. I think I have 3. Yeah. We just need 1. Try not to throw it. To make a mana pearl, you just do like you did with the mana steel. You drop it into some mana. We're going to complete the quest for that one here. Then we get 1 in return. That's nice. And then we need to do crafting bench. table. And now we can do the mana pearl, mana steel around a crafting table. There's our assembly halo. Alright, so when you first hold it, you can see a crafting table right there. You can craft with it. There you go, you get your crafting area. But you can set recipes in any of these slots around you to auto-craft later. So for example, let's do in here torches. There we go. We've got torches. We've crafted them once. Now if we do a right click right here, it knows how to make torches. So we've escalated out of here. We go back in. We hover over this. If we have the supplies in our inventory, all we have to do is right click. You get to see the little pink shimmer up above there. It just crafted 4 torches. Click again, 4 more torches. And so that's because I had these supplies in my inventory. If I use it up, there's not enough materials. So yeah, that's extremely helpful too. So we have some torches. Not that I'm using a whole lot of torches, as you can tell. But this is extremely helpful for me being a builder and wanting to do things on the go. Let's find out what is in our loot bags now. Uncommon. Rare? Nothing exciting. Alright, so we have accomplished quite a bit of the Botania that I needed to get done to start the baubles that I wanted to start off with. We have acquired. Let's put this stuff away, and I'm chucking the nuggets in here for now until I get actual ingots of stuff. That still got? It does. Let's take that out. Mycelium. That in there too. Got to put the living rock away. It's still on the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, get some more coffee. When we come back, I think I'm going to do a little bit of chisel and bits. So we're going to get the French doors planned out, I believe. So don't go anywhere. I will be right back.